We all chase distance. It's fun to hit the ball a long way and chase those sexy numbers like ball speed and carry distance. But if you asked every player on tour, I bet they'd tell you that accuracy off the tee leads to a lot cleaner scorecards. Think about it. If you never took extra drops for water balls, hazards, or drops, how much better could your scores be? Luckily for us, we live in a time where golf technology is more advanced than it's ever been, with the most forgiving clubs on the market being designed for all swing speeds. So in today's video, I'll be going over a head-to-head-to-head matchup of the three most forgiving drivers on the market. Here we go. So there's a new term in the driver market as of 2024, and that is 10K MOI. The Ping G430 10K Max was the first driver to hit this milestone, but now it has some pretty stiff competition. Now let's go over what that term actually means. MOI stands for moment of inertia, and it refers to how much the club twists when it hits the ball. A higher MOI means the club is more stable through impact, so it won't twist as much on toe strikes or heel strikes, causing straighter shots and higher ball speeds on off-center hits. Basically, the main draw of 10K MOI means more forgiveness, which means more fairways for you. All three drivers here that I did test do have 10K MOI, so if you want to hit more fairways this season, sit back, relax, and enjoy our findings as we find out which driver came out on top. So in this video, there's going to be three drivers going up against each other in 5 different categories. The competitors are, first, the aforementioned Ping G430 10K. Next is the TaylorMade QI35 Max. And last is the Cobra DS Adapt Max K. Now the 5 categories I'm going to be judging these drivers on are looks and feel, ball speed, total distance, spin variance, and accuracy, which is going to be the most important for this group of drivers. 3 points will be awarded to the driver who finishes first in each category, 2 points to second, and 1 point to third. The only caveat is that since these drivers have 10K MOI and are supposed to be the most forgiving on the market, accuracy should be at a forefront. So in the accuracy department, all those points are going to be doubled. So first place will get 6 points, second place will get 4, third place will get 2. Now, as far as the actual test, myself and 2 of my coworkers at the shop that I fit out of each took 10 swings with each one of these clubs. So we didn't just have one person swing, kind of testing and judging each one of these drivers. We used 9-degree heads the whole time and the same shaft as well. We used the Tensei Black 1K 65 gram extra stiff shaft for each one of these clubs, just to kind of keep it as uniform as possible. We used RCT Pro V1s on TrackMan for the actual club reading data, and I got some questions about this in the last driver test I did, but any smash factor below a 1.47 was kind of thrown out. I want to make it known that I have no bias, no agenda in these tests. I make these videos strictly to give you guys the most information that you can before purchasing or going into a fitting with one of these clubs. All 3 of these clubs have had tremendous success with me personally in my fittings, so I hold them all in very, very high regard. With that being said, let's jump right into the results, starting with looks and feel. So looks and feel. This is the only category that is completely subjective, and we definitely had to talk through our rankings here. All 3 of these clubs look and feel absolutely amazing, but someone had to finish last, and for us, it was the Cobra DS Adapt Max K. The matte black crown looks super solid at address, and the feel wasn't offensive, it was just slightly less appealing to us than the other 2. And this is definitely nitpicking, but the crown at address was definitely the most teardrop shaped of the 3 drivers, which I personally didn't prefer compared to the more rounded shape of the other 2. In second place, we had the Ping G430 10K. It looks like Ping drivers that we've become accustomed to over the years with those signature turbulators on top that you either love or hate. And it's worth noting that this is definitely the most squashed down head of the 3, so it's going to be a little bit longer heel to toe, but a little bit shorter top to bottom. You might want to try a little bit lower tee with this club, but that's something that you're going to figure out over time. And that means, yes, in first place is the TaylorMade QI35 Max. We all love the light gray carbon crown behind the ball. It's such a good look, and it's such a confidence-inspiring driver. Feel-wise, I definitely preferred the TaylorMade over the other 2 as well. It was the most springy and trampoline-like, and it was definitely the most responsive of the 3 faces, in my opinion. TaylorMade really took a risk this year with the looks, straying away from the norms, and it definitely paid off. So for us, in the looks and feel department, we had TaylorMade in first, Ping in second, and Cobra in third. Now moving on to ball speed. To calculate this, all we did was took the average ball speed of all 30 shots and ranked them from lowest to highest. Like I said before though, we took out any shots that had under a 1.47 smash factor, just so there weren't any outliers skewing our data. In third place was the QI35 Max with an average ball speed of 167 miles an hour. Slightly faster, our second place finisher is the G430 Max 10K, coming in at 169.9 miles an hour of ball speed. Then our first place finisher was the DS Adapt Max K, breaking the 170 mile an hour threshold, averaging 170.6 miles an hour. For this category, there was only a 4 mile an hour difference between first and third, so I wouldn't say you're gaining or losing a lot with any one of these drivers. Now, let's head to the other distance category, total distance. Now in the total distance category, the first and third place finisher were separated by less than 2 yards. And even crazier, the second and third place finishers had 0.3 yards of separation between them. So in third, at 314.2 yards on average, was the QI35 Max, followed by the G430 10K at 314.5 yards. Then rounding us out, in first place is the DS Adapt Max K, averaging 316 yards. So again, there was a slight difference here, but not enough to where I'm gonna say you're gaining or losing a substantial amount of distance with any one of these drivers. Moving on to spin variance now, and this one did have a significant winner. This is a super important category, especially for 10K MOI and more forgiving heads, because we want performance and ball speed to be the same across the whole face, no matter if we hit it off the toe or off the heel. Now we want the least amount of spin variance that we can possibly have, so for this category, the lower the number, the better. In last place here, we had the G430 10K with 445 RPMs of difference from shot to shot. Then it was closely followed by the QI35 Max, averaging 418. Then coming in at just 347 RPMs of difference, we had the DS Adapt Max K. So for this category, there was a pretty obvious winner, meaning the Cobra is probably a little bit more consistent across the face as far as spin. And the last category, the moneymaker for this video, accuracy. To test this, we kept it super simple. We went in TrackMan's shot analysis screen and just tallied up how many fairways were hit out of 30 possible shots. Then we ranked them from lowest to highest. And let me just say this, these are supposed to be the most forgiving drivers out there, and they did not disappoint. Coming in third and hitting 23 out of 30 fairways was the Cobra DS Adapt Max K. That's right, the last place finisher in this category still hit 77% of their fairways, which just goes to show how forgiving these drivers really are, because believe me, when I was going through the testing, there were a few shots with each club off the face that I thought no chance they were hitting the fairway, and they ended up there. So good on these drivers and these companies for making drivers that are this forgiving. In second place, hitting 83% of their fairways and going 25 for 30 was the TaylorMade QI35 Max. And that means, yes, in first place we had the kings, or should I say pings of forgiveness, the Ping G430 Max 10K. It hit a whopping 87% of fairways, going 26 for 30 and blowing us all away with the accuracy that it provided. Something about the way that face sits behind the ball just fills the shot maker with the utmost confidence in whatever shot they're about to hit. So Ping, the leaders of forgiveness for years, have done it again in that department. I've seen how successful they are in my fittings personally, and after testing them myself, I can confidently say that I do think that it's probably the most forgiving driver out there on the market. And remember, because these drivers stress forgiveness, this category was worth double points. So where does that leave us? Well, after tallying up the points, we have 1 point separating first and second and third. This just tells me that you cannot go wrong with any one of these options, and depending on your goals and your swing, any one of these clubs could be the right pick for you. That being said, in third place, we had the TaylorMade QI35 Max with 11 points. Finishing first in looks and feel, second in spin variance, and second in accuracy, there definitely are some shining points with this driver. I think the main thing that stood out to me was feel off the face. It definitely felt the most responsive compared to the other two and just felt really, really solid overall. And as I touched on before, it wasn't too far behind first or second place in ball speed or total distance, so I don't think you're losing a ton of distance going from third place to first place here. In second place with 12 points, we had the Cobra DS Adapt Max K. This one was conclusively the farthest of the three, leading in ball speed and total distance, but it lagged behind a little bit in accuracy, leading to its fall from the top spot. The question with this driver would be, is the little drop off in forgiveness worth sacrificing for a little bit of extra distance? That's for you to decide, but let me know what you think. Is it worth it? And that means that in our top spot with 13 points was the Ping G430 10K Max. It put up solid numbers in both of the distance categories, but like I said before, it was the shining star in the accuracy department, which held the most value in this test. Now, ping came out on top, yes, but as a club fitter, I would always recommend that you go and get fit for whatever club works best for you and your swing. For you, it might be the TaylorMade, it might be the Cobra, but whichever club is best for you, just know that getting fit is gonna lead to you having the most fun and shooting the best scores out on the course, and that's all what we're striving for in this stupid, awesome game. Guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos for more club reviews, more club head-to-head matchups, and some on-course content. The next video is gonna be a full what's in the bag, and I'll give you guys a little bit of a hint for sticking around this long. One of these 3 drivers is in the bag for me next year. Again, thank you all so much for watching. It means the world to me, and until next time, peace out.